Grizz Nation, it's time for another Grizz Game Day update. Today, the Grizzlies will complete 3 games in 4 nights, taking on the Boston Celtics here at home at FedEx Forum. Joining me from Boston, one of my favorites, Amanda Pflugrad. Are you ready for tonight?
Yes. And it's great to see you again. It's been a little while, so I'm excited that we were able to do this.
No, it's been too long. And now we've got the Celtics here. Look, the Celtics are really good, and they've been really good as of last year. This is probably the Grizzlies' toughest opponent they've had so far this year. They're 7-3 right now, but 4-0 at home. The Celtics 3-2 away. It is a late game, 8 p.m. tip here in Memphis. That's 9 p.m. for you. That is a late game today.
It is. It really is. I'm drinking my coffee.
Oh, I had a venti coffee this morning, so I get it.
You got to.
Seriously. The Grizzlies have allowed less than 100 points in the last 2 games, but on the flip, the Celtics are leading the league right now in points. Like, they're the highest scoring team. It was interesting to look at these two teams, Amanda, because Boston shoots almost 50% of their shots from the 3-point line. The Grizzlies obviously score most of their points inside. Is it going to be a weird matchup tonight with these two very different style basketballs?
Yeah, I'm curious to see that as well. I mean, the Celtics obviously coming off setting a new franchise record against the Knicks with 3-pointers made with 27. And you look at that matchup too, each player that checked in drained at least 1 3. You got a guy in Sam Hauser who's coming off the bench who had a career high 17 points and had 5 3-pointers in that game. I think what just stands out too about this Celtics team is just the team effort, that we saw last game. They've obviously been so, as you said, they're so consistent on offense and they're shooting the ball well all season. I think it's been more of the defense that's been an area of focus that they're looking to improve in.
Yeah, you mentioned defense. That's been a huge priority for the Grizzlies as well. So I mentioned that they kept the last 2 opponents under 100, but before that, it was getting out of hand. It was all-star games essentially, and the Grizzlies were just really able to score because they're 4th in the league in scoring. But right now, the Grizzlies and the Celtics bottom 5, bottom 10 in the league right now in defensive rating. I do feel like the teams have been turning it around in the last few games, both teams.
Yeah, and I think that's been, they know that that's an area of focus, right? I did a pregame interview with Malcolm Brogdon, and he said that's the biggest thing right now is getting their defense to match their offense. And I said, well, how do you do that? He said it's more just attention to detail and being more physical. Obviously, these are where you really miss a guy like Rob Williams, who's working his way back right now, and just that length that they have. But then you get guys like, Sam Hauser checking in, and a guy like Al Horford, who, will be playing tonight, not a back-to-back. So I think it's just more so knowing that they need to be locked in, communicating better, and having all guys on a string defensively and making that their main focus, knowing, okay, offensively, we're going to come out and hit shots. It's now we really need to put that focus on the defensive side of the ball.
It's going to be interesting tonight because you mentioned Al Horford playing, because it's not a back-to-back. It is a back-to-back for the Grizzlies. And
Right.
in yesterday's game, Steven Adams hurt his ankle. Jake LaRavia also is they're both questionable due to injuries that they suffered last night. And I think one of the storylines that will be something to watch tonight is Celtics play kind of like a 5-out. Like, Al Horford isn't like a big Steven Adams back to the basket type guy. If Steven Adams plays or doesn't play, changes how the Grizzlies play offense. It changes how they rebound. It changes a little bit of everything. I will always say these two teams are so exciting to watch because I know the Celtics aren't like super young. Everyone always jokes about Tatum being 19 still, but they're young. The Grizzlies are young. They score in completely different ways. The personnel is different, but I am so excited. And I always say I love to watch who Dillon Brooks guards, because a Jason Tatum Dillon Brooks matchup is just going to be chef's kiss tonight.
I'm looking forward to it too. And that's something that, we've talked about before, just for, our stuff in broadcasting, that just the steps that Jason Tatum has made this year as well. It just seems like he's even more locked in coming off of last season and that finals appearance. I mean, the whole team is, right? They got a taste of it and they know the steps that they need to get there. But I mean, Tatum's hired a chef now. He said he's really more focused on just what he's eating, working out, lifting after games, and just being even more locked in and focused, knowing, okay, they have that goal that they need to reach and wanting to attain that this season.
It's so fun to hear you talk about Jason Tatum, who is a superstar, because it just mirrors what the Grizzlies have been hearing from John Morant. So this is two superstars going up against each other, both still young in their career, looking, I mean, I guess the Grizzlies are still looking to take that next step. The Boston Celtics have been to that step and they want to get back and obviously get one little step higher. Amanda, this is going to be a good one. I really appreciate you coming on. I literally cannot wait. I'm so upset that it's a late tip because I'm anxious. Let's go.
I know, and I wish that I was there in person to be
We could
able
be
to
doing
see
this
you.
together right
I
here.
know. I know. Hopefully we will be soon. So
I'll keep my fingers crossed. For now, thank you, Zoom. We appreciate you making this accessible. Grizzlies, like I said, is an 8 p.m. tip. So if you're coming to FedEx Forum, make sure you get here early, get some parking, get a coffee. And if you're watching from home, you can watch it on Bally Sports Southeast or the Bally Sports Plus app.